Jeep declared bankruptcy in China this year. Now its sales are falling worldwide. Its CEO has just been fired. Thanks for joining my channel for deep analysis of Stellantis' failure in China. The joint venture that makes Jeeps in China will file for bankruptcy. Partners Stellantis and Guangzhou Automobile Group, GAC, said on Monday, after a long decline for the oldest foreign auto brand in the world's largest car market. The move comes after Stellantis' surprise decision in July to end the venture with GAC, only months after saying it would raise its stake to 75% from 50%. Stellantis CEO Carlos Tavares at the time blamed the growing political influence in doing business with partners in China, while GAC said it was deeply shocked by Stellantis' decision. Stellantis has since said it would pursue an import-based business model in China, and there would be no major long-term impact from the break with GAC. Importing means more tariffs. Tavares added this month a similar strategy could be followed with Peugeot and Citroen, the other brands Stellantis sells in China, meaning it could pull completely out of manufacturing in the country. Sales for the GAC venture, which sold the Jeep Cherokee SUV and the Compass crossover, have been in sharp decline for the past 4 years. They plunged 50% in 2021 from the previous year to 20,396 vehicles. For 2022, it has sold fewer than 2,000 vehicles, and in May reported selling just a single vehicle. As you may see on the chart, the Stellantis performance is disaster in China, losing significant sales year on year. U-turn. Stellantis U-turn leaves question marks over its ability to thrive in China, where it is getting pummeled by international and local rivals. No global car company can afford not to be in the largest car market in the world, Tavares said in late 2020, just before completing the merger between Fiat Chrysler and PSA that created Stellantis. The group is aiming for revenues in China to reach €20 billion by 2030, or 7% of the expected total, a steep jump from the €3.9 billion of turnover in China, India, and Asia-Pacific in 2021. Bill Russo, head of Shanghai-based consultancy Automobility Ltd. and a former Chrysler executive, said the Jeep venture had failed to keep up with changes in the Chinese market. It had every right to be successful in a market that embraced sport utility vehicles, he said. But you can't be running a 1980s business model when the 21st century has arrived. Stellantis said on Monday it had fully impaired the value of its investment in the GAC venture in its first half results, which it previously estimated at about €297 million. GAC, which approved the bankruptcy filing, said the venture had liabilities of almost 111% of its assets of €7.3 billion. The bankruptcy would not have a significant impact on its operations, the Chinese company added. After all the fail in China, Stellantis decided to fire Jeep CEO Christian Moynier from his position on November 1. Stellantis has appointed Antonio Filosa, the chief operating officer of Stellantis South America, to fill the role. Moynier joined Jeep from Nissan, where he led the automaker's Infiniti brand as chairman and global president. He became the Jeep brand's global president in May 2019 before being appointed by Stellantis to the executive team in January 2021. The automaker said Moynier is taking a long break to focus on personal interests. So if we want to simplify, what exactly happened in China? Why automotive manufacturers are failing on joint venture with Chinese companies? The bankruptcy of the Stellantis Jeep joint venture in China can be attributed to a combination of factors that have adversely affected the business and its operations in the country. Declining sales. The joint venture experienced a consistent decline in sales over several years. Sales for the GAC venture, which sold the Jeep Cherokee SUV and the Compass crossover, plummeted by 50% in 2021 compared to the previous year, reaching only 20,396 vehicles. Outdated business model. Bill Russo, an industry expert, noted that the Jeep venture failed to keep up with changes in the Chinese market. This implies that the business model and strategies employed by the joint venture were outdated and ineffective in meeting the evolving needs and preferences of Chinese consumers. Inability to adapt. Adapting to a rapidly evolving market is crucial for success, especially in the automotive industry. If a business fails to adapt its products, services, and strategies to align with the changes in consumer behavior, technological advancements, and market trends, it risks losing relevance and market share. Political influence and regulatory challenges. Stellantis CEO Carlos Tavares cited the growing political influence in doing business with partners in China as a factor affecting their decision. Political factors and regulatory challenges can complicate operations and create uncertainty, impacting the joint venture's ability to thrive in the Chinese market. Shift to electric vehicles. The Chinese market has been rapidly shifting towards electric vehicles. The joint venture may have struggled to keep up with this trend, especially if their portfolio did not include or emphasize electric or hybrid vehicles, which are gaining traction in China due to environmental concerns and government incentives. High liabilities and financial challenges. GAC mentioned that the venture had liabilities of almost 111% of its assets, indicating financial strain and an unsustainable financial structure. Managing high liabilities and financial challenges can be overwhelming, leading to decisions like bankruptcy. Partnership issues. Stellantis' surprise decision to end the venture with GAC also contributed to the bankruptcy. Changes or disputes in partnerships can have a profound impact on the stability and continuity of a business. In summary, a combination of declining sales, an outdated business model, challenges in adapting to market dynamics, political influences, financial difficulties, and partnership issues likely contributed to the Stellantis joint venture's decision to file for bankruptcy in China. The years passed quickly. Companies' strategies are not meeting the global requirements, and here is the goodbye. Thank you for joining us on this journey into the car nerd. For detailed explanation of the Stellantis China failure and cheap CEO termination. If you enjoyed this video, make sure to like, comment, and subscribe to our channel for more captivating content. Stay tuned for our next exploration into the extraordinary realm of cars. Until then, drive with passion and embrace the thrill of the road.